Hello, this is another video for a Jaguar XF. Mine was a 2065 reg, 2.2 diesel, and my problems were I was driving the car for about half an hour, absolutely fine. Then all of a sudden it just wouldn't pick up revs, and when it was picking up revs it was really slow. So I did a lot of research to see what it could be. A lot of people, well, there was 3 cases which I managed to find with exactly the same symptoms. Now, the first person changed this brake pedal switch. It's basically, it sits behind the brake pedal, and when you let go of the pedal, it's in, and when you press the pedal, it pops out like that. Okay, like that, and that's how it works. Now, apparently, these don't just control the brake lights. It's connected to something else. I'm assuming the throttle. So if the car thinks that the brake is being applied, it won't apply the throttle. So anyway, the second person changed this and the fuel filter. They don't know which one it was. And the third person changed just the fuel filter. So I thought, okay, the cheapest option is this. I got this from GSF. It was for £18. Anyway, it's quite fiddly, because it fits in like an angle like that, and then you got to twist it. But make sure you connect that part first before you pop it into the slot and turn it, because these things, they turn, and then this spring will pop open once it's turned. So I changed that. It started working fine. I felt like I never tested it on a long journey, but I feel like there was a lot more response to it. Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, I get pretty much the same problem, but not as bad as it was. So this must have been bad. But the other thing I decided to do was change the fuel filter. So I thought, okay, I'll give that a go as well. So I changed the fuel filter and this part. And basically, as soon as I changed the fuel filter, the car was a totally different beast. It was picking up fine. It was absolutely running fine. There was no problems with it. There's no issues with it. And what I did do is, when I took the fuel filter off and replaced it with a new one, I made sure I filled it up, the fuel filter, put it back in, so you don't need to like pump anything, or you don't need to turn the key or whatever. It just starts up straight away. When I changed the fuel filter, I emptied the old one, and it turned out to be very cloudy, which meant there was water contamination in there, or the fuel was contaminated in that fuel filter. That's why it wasn't working. So at low revs it was picking up fine, but as soon as you tried to put your foot down, it wasn't working. So it's the fuel filter which was the problem, but I think this also was an issue. Both of the things you can do yourself. Honestly, you don't need no tools apart from I think it's T30 maybe, to take out the fuel filter. And there's so many videos on YouTube to show you how to do it, but the best thing to do on the fuel filter is make sure you take out this little valve, put your finger underneath it, fill it up with diesel, close the top, and put the filter back in. But anybody's got a problem with an XF 2.2 diesel that doesn't pick up speed for the first, after about 20 minutes of city driving, these 2 are your problems. I hope that helps.